वेलकम टू ग्रोथ पॉडटॉक शो। आज हमारे साथ है सीए भौमिक कंथारिया who has been practicing taxation and audit plus accounting since last 20 years. With this much of experience, today we are going to talk about the economy of our country और किस तरीके से आप अपने टैक्सेशंस को, अपने ऑडिट्स को, अपने अकाउंट्स को, अपने फाइनेंसेस को मैनेज कर सकते हो। सो वेलकम ऑन बोर्ड भौमिक भाई।
Thank you, Shubham. Thank you for an opportunity.
सो लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड भौमिक भाई। हम कई बार देखते हैं कि अभी रिसेंटली न्यूज में था that our country is having just 7% of income tax filing out of the
Mm.
total population, and it has been said that this is not a very good number. What is your take on this?
First of all, let me correct. It's a 6.68%
Mm-hmm.
exactly
Mm-hmm.
of the total population. But you should focus on the total population. See, this 6.68% of total population, almost around 8 crore.
Mm-hmm.
So, this total population is not liable for the mandatory tax filing,
Mm-hmm.
because out of that 25 crore maybe the below 18 years children or youngsters
Mm-hmm.
who are not liable for the ITR filing. Super senior citizens, say they, that may be 25 crore who are also not liable for the mandatory ITR filing. So out of 125 crore, 50 crore is abolished. Out of 75 crore, there are mostly there are farmers and agricultural income is exempt. So they are also not liable for the ITR filing.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the remaining 25 crore, ITR filing is mandatory above 2.5 lakh of the income. So most of the class in India is basically, you can say, BTL, below tax line, right? So they are also not liable to file the ITR. So on a nutshell, you can summarize that 10 crore may be the people who are mandatorily liable for the ITR filing. Out of that, 8 crore people have filed. So still there is a gap of 2 crore.
Mm-hmm.
But from the economic perspective, this 6.68% will reach to almost 70% of the people who are mandatorily liable for the ITR filing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so still 30% is remaining. For that, government is trying to, get them into the ITR filing
Mm-hmm.
so that they can get the exact data of their incomes. And one more thing, this, if the government also abolishes this exemption limit criteria for ITR filing, then this ITR filers number will increase to almost 50 crore rupees, 50 crore persons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so but this is right now there is not a statute for mandatory filing for
Mm-hmm.
income below 2.5 lakhs, and for new regime 3 lakh, and for new regime 2.5 lakhs. So that's why we are having these kind of short numbers of almost 8 crore. But this will increase gradually as government is trying hard to get them into the ITR, and so it will gradually rise to 10 crore and 12 crore. And if this minimum this exemption criteria is abolished, it may reach to 50 crore.
Mm-hmm. But then we have also seen that in lots of developed countries, it is said that they are having all around 50% of people filing the ITR.
Hmm.
So, do you think that's possible ever in India?
See, in India, because we are large populated, so there are lot of super citizens, senior super citizens, and senior citizens who are not liable, and there are more people who are not earning uh, enough. So in a developed countries, and they have also kept the criteria for mandatory ITR filing, which is not there in India right now.
Mm-hmm.
So in foreign countries, developed countries, this may be 50%, touching 50%. But in India, it can reach to 50% only when this exemption limit criteria is abolished. In that case, we can expect to reach it to the almost 40-45% of the total population who may be filing the ITR.
अब जब हम ये बात कर रहे हैं कि ये नंबर तक पहुंचना है, तो देयर इज देन अगेन वन मोर क्वेश्चन, डू यू थिंक दैट पीपल ऑफ इंडिया आर वेल इन्फॉर्म्ड अबाउट द टैक्सेशन स्ट्रक्चर, द वे दे डू इट, एंड डू यू थिंक दे आर डूइंग इट राइट? क्या उसमें कोई गलती कर रहे हैं, या दे आर डूइंग इट राइट हुएवर इज
Very good question. Most of the people who are in the criteria for filing ITR, they are not conversant with the income tax portal or income tax softwares, and even manual filing of ITR is also they are not aware of.
filing?
So out of say if 8 crore people have filed,
Hmm.
less than 1 crore people have filed on their own,
Hmm.
right? Rest all take help of some relatives or chartered accountants. Some professional, some goes to the professionally getting the ITR filed
Hmm.
from the chartered accountants, and remaining most of the people take help of relatives or friends or kind of nowadays there are some software providers also on the website, but hardly it takes very few people, very short people of the total this ITR filers are conversant with the all the kind of these tax provisions and tax laws, and that's why I prefer everyone to get help of the professional, so that they do not make any mistake, because in the file while filing the ITR you never know what kind of mistake you are doing, and it comes in the big bunch after 2 3 years, after the assessment is done, and then they get a big shock that, oh, I received demand notice of this lakh rupees, this lakh, how come it's done from the income tax department. Then they come to know, okay, I did mistake in the ITR filing, and sometimes they forget to claim the TDS refund, sometimes they forget to show their incomes, sometimes they forget to cross check with 26 A's, sometimes they now there is a recent amendment improvement of the AIR, annual information report, that also no very few people are aware of. You have to check with that AIR also and show your incomes accordingly. If you do not show, then you are bound to liable to get the income tax notice, demand notice, and
Hmm.
then you have to rush to the professionals for getting the tax corrected. It's better to get the professional help from the beginning, so that this kind of problem do not arise.
So now there is also a word in the market कि बहुत सारे tax benefits अभी government दे रही है. There are lots of tax holidays too.
Mm,
There are tax free claims, rebates.
mm.
So where should a person go to search for all these things?
Don't go to search all these things, just go to the professional who have years of knowledge
Mm-hmm.
for getting all these knowledge and information. So instead of searching here and there, just consult a professional
Mm-hmm.
who are expert. See, if you are going to a doctor for kind of fever, and
Mm-hmm.
it's okay to take the OTC, over the counter medicines sometimes, but when you are having a good fever or kind of some medical issues, then it's better to go with the doctor like that. Don't go here and there when it comes to the your taxation matters, or you should go to the professional chartered accountant, so that everything gets done smoothly.
Understood. So when we talk about going to a professional chartered accountant, there is one more question. What do you think is the role of a professional CA
Mm.
for every earning individual of this country?
You can say that the CAs are the financial doctors for all
Mm-hmm.
the individuals,
Mm-hmm.
and they uh, rather they don't treat you in the problems in the fever, but also they treat you for the preventive measures,
Mm-hmm.
so that you don't fall into any tax kind of problems,
Mm-hmm.
or and also it helps you to rebuild build up your net worth and wealth, so that you get more returns from your wealth.
Correct. So moving from individuals to companies
Hmm.
like private limited, LLP, there are lots of people even having sole proprietorship for that
Hmm.
purpose. When we talk about these people, what do you think are the challenges these people are facing when it comes to taxation, and what would be a suggestion to these?
See, let me tell you, to clarify, if you are having a small business, then it's better to uh, stick on the individual returns, because nowadays it's a fashion scene that people are trying to build companies and LLPs,
Mhm,
so to showcase their business. But there is a lot of hidden expenses, and there are lot of loss that comes into force when you create a company or LLP. So if you are able to manage your business on your own, then you must stick on the individual proprietorship. If you want to get the good funds from the
mhm,
partners, and if you want to expand the business and you want more funds from your circle, then you should create a partnership.
mhm,
If your partners want to restrict their liability, because in a partnership there is a numerous liability, your personal assets are also can be tagged with the for the liabilities taken for the partnership. So there is a concept of LLP, that is a limited liability partnership, in that partners individual assets didn't get connected with the partnership liability.
mhm,
So this is a good advantage of creating a LLP. But creating a LLP is also require lot of law provisions and audit provisions to be complied, so there is a cost for that. And same as in the private limited company also same applies. There is a mandatory audit to be done,
mhm,
reports to be submitted. And for if you want to convert your private limited company into limited company, then it's a lot of listing kind of compliances. SEBI comes into the picture.
mhm,
So, as per your business requirement, you should create your
mhm.
uh, constitutional firm or a partnership or a company.
Great. So what would you suggest, or what would be your advice to the startups
Hmm.
from the taxation perspective?
So right now there is a startup world is
Mm-hmm.
getting lot of limelight because of this Pradhan Mantri Yojana. For that, government is providing lot of facilities and aids to the startups, like some 20 lakh rupees of the funds for innovating the product and finalizing product and creating a model and making it launching it into the market. And another 10 lakh rupees is there for the micro credit facility. This is also provided to the startups by the government. For that, DPII is the organization which is created by the government. For you can register your startup in that with that, and you can get the ATIAC certification. For that, you will startup gets a 3 years of tax holiday out of any 10 years, but it is to be claimed consecutively for the 3 years. So there is a advantage to startup that once they get 20 lakhs for product development, 10 lakh for short term credit, and tax holidays over 3 years. Many startups are not aware of these 3 years can be claimed in the next 10 years. So there are a lot of startups who are not getting good profits in the starting years. After 4 5 years maybe they get started earning good profits. So from that they should adopt the tax holiday so that the maximum profits gets absorbed into the tax holidays. So they can save a lot of money in the say it's a 30% tax rate, so they can save a lot of money in the form of tax also.
ओके। अब इस वक्त जब हम बात करते हैं कि आईटीआर लोग कम भर रहे हैं या फिर
Hmm.
लोग ज्यादा भरेंगे, व्हाट डू यू थिंक इफ यू हैड अपॉर्चुनिटी टू चूज, और अगर आप कोई आइडिया दे पाते कि जहां पर जेन्युइन टैक्स टैक्स पेयर को हम कुछ रिवॉर्ड कर,
Hmm.
व्हाट वुड बी योर आइडिया ऑफ रिवॉर्डिंग अ जेन्युइन टैक्स
Genuine taxpayers को मतलब depending upon the what kind of person they are salaried, then there are lot of kind of
पेयर?
exemptions available to them, deductions available to them. uh, they should be rewarded for their honesty by claiming these exemptions and deductions. For businessmen there are a lot of expenses which are getting they can claim in the form of expenses as deductions so that their profit gets drastically low, and they can also save a lot of tax. And for companies also there are a lot of provisions like ATIA and ATIAB. There are a lot of provisions for which for company is doing a lot of infrastructure, creating infrastructure for the society. So for from that also they can get the tax benefits. So these are the various kind of motivations laid down by the government for the genuine taxpayers. And if the individual or companies approach the right professionals, they can give these kind of suggestions and solutions for the tax saving.
Correct. So the final question, what are the benefits and drawbacks of compulsory statutory audits?
Hmm.
And do you think it is a good idea or a bad idea to
See, nowadays, Modi government has emphasized a lot on the ease of governance, right? And a lot of society, companies, and business persons feel like this audit is not a good idea because they think it's a hindrance for the in doing the business, because leaving the business apart they have to focus on these accounts getting audited and all that.
correct?
But one should understand that this audit is a good thing for government and for the businessman. In the if you see from the point of government, then there are lot of people who claim false deductions, false expenses, some dishonest taxpayers who evade their incomes. So, if their accounts are getting audited, then they cannot evade or they cannot do these hanky pankies, and the government will be getting a good tax amount
Understood.
from these accounts get if the accounts gets audited. From the business point of view, see, first people businessmen will also think that my accounts are getting audited, so I should be honest from the day one. First thing, so honesty will become the day to day their task.
Correct.
First thing. Second thing, there are a lot of businesses which are run on a bigger level, right? So there are a lot of staff working there, hundred and thousands of people are working there. You never know who is doing what kind of hanky panky, right? You cannot control everybody, and you cannot see on the every desk what he is doing. Maybe he is doing some kind of money evasion from the petty cash, or some higher expenses payment and all that. So if the accounts are getting audited, then this kind of hanky pankies also come into the auditors these reports. and businessmen should can save a lot of money in the form of this by curbing these hanky pankies. So it is also good from the business point of view that everyone should get their accounts audited.
Understood. So now let's move towards the rapid fire round. You would be
Mm,
getting 15 seconds to answer each question. Let's get
okay,
started.
yeah,
Great. The first one, a financial doctor or a wealth savior. How do you see a CA?
both.
One segment that you love to work upon as a CA.
Statutory audit.
One advice for younger entrepreneurs and professionals.
You should focus on the overall wealth.
PAT or EBITDA, which is the better indicator of good financial. On a general scenario, how much percent of people are still unaware of schemes or rebates that are offered by government?
Almost 80%.
If citizen paying taxes double in coming year, how will it contribute to our country?
It can be more useful for the development of our country, like infrastructure projects, bullet trains, metros, and smart cities, and all the total revenue collected from the taxpayers can be used in the development of our country.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for your time,
Thank
Bhaumik
you.
Rai.
Thank you.
And I hope our viewer have got the insight about how the taxation, the audit system, and the economy works. And you would have understood why it is very important to pay the taxes. We have just got started with a new financial year, and I hope that all of you go towards creating a very well structured financial planning of your organization, financial planning of your own, and you make sure to pay your taxes on time. Meanwhile, to help us bring you more such people, more such entrepreneurs, and share insights about their industry, I would request all of you to please like us, share us, subscribe our channel, and try to follow whatever we are showing here, because your support helps us in building as a community. Thank you so much.